Last time on Surviving Maine, Toby and Justin feared a woman's alliance and plotted against their own alliance members. But the Skidders' losing streak came to a skidding halt when Lombard lost their first immunity challenge. Jazzy planned on using her hidden immunity idol, which only Cameron knew about.
Jasmine and I made a really good, strong bond.
But ultimately took a gamble and trusted that her alliance would keep her safe. The Lombard Six of Jazzy, Brandon, Sarah, Cameron, Nick, and Jess split into factions when Nick overplayed his hands. His wild scrambling ultimately got him voted out of the game. 16 players remain.
I was playing both sides really poorly, so we had a solid six of myself, Nick, Jazzy, Sarah, and Jess. But Jess came up to me and said she wanted to go after Jazzy. And I was like, I just spent all night awake with Jazzy. I'm not voting her out, so I told her. So I may have been the reason that our six split, and why Nick left. And it's like a subtle move, it's not like a big move, but I feel like it will position me better on the tribe, if the six is not actually a six, and we kind of like go after each other.
Do we want to hold on? 1, 2, 3, Karen!
Alright guys, come on in! Skidder tribe getting their first look at the new Lombard tribe. Nick voted out at their first tribal council. Alright, we're gonna get into our next... Ooh, Forrest has a snake. What's your plan for that during this challenge? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna put it in the pot.
You're gonna keep it in the pot?
Yep.
What's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to hopefully be able to let it go, but it all depends on whether we have anything more than rice for dinner. Because
so you might be eating that snake for dinner.
Yes.
Does it have a name? Forrest Jr.?
If we let it go, maybe.
Name it Treat.
Great.
Yes.
It's really pretty.
All right, I now know which team I'm rooting for because I want to see a snake eat.
Oh my god.
All right, Skidder, I'll take back the immunity. And we're gonna move right into our next challenge. This is a reward-only challenge, and you will be playing for this giant plate of brownies. And we also have a little taste for both of you to have a tiny brownie to split amongst your tribe.
He's like shaking.
No?
For it. Yeah, no, I'm good too.
Now I've got all kinds of energy. Watch me go. Thank you very much for the brownie.
You're welcome. All right, so this next challenge is a game called handball. In handball, you're working with your tribe mates to get the ball and knock over the other team's coconut. So you have to throw the ball from inside the square to try to knock over the other tribe's coconut. The coconuts work like goals, so if you're on this side, you're shooting for that coconut. If you're on this side, you're shooting for that coconut. In handball, it's similar to ultimate frisbee, where if you have the ball, you can take 3 steps, and then all you can do is pivot, and you have to pass the ball on to someone else. No hitting the ball out of other people's hands, but if it's in the air, you can hit it. If the ball hits the ground, the team that did not touch it last gets to start it. The first team to knock the other tribe's coconut off its platform wins reward. Does that make sense? For reward. Survivors ready? Yeah. Go! Oh! Good job, Jeff! Blues got the ball to start. Jeff. Back passing to Jasmine. Brandon!
Good job. I got you.
You caught it. Oh! Skinner wins reward!
The handball game was a really fun game for our group. We have a lot of people that have played team sports and are also have the cardio built up.
I'm just not sports oriented. I can like run and find and lift and do that sort of stuff, but I'm not like run into people and be like catching balls and stuff like that.
I think Toby, myself, and Justin really have played those kind of sports before, so we had a good connection. Becky contributed a ton. Everybody contributed a lot. I wasn't scared to throw it at anybody. Forrest is very intense, and so when he goes fast, he wants to win, and I think he bumped some people.
That was a fun challenge, extremely invigorating, definitely very physically demanding. We all played our hearts out. That was exciting, really fast-paced, fun game, some great competition. Me and some of the guys and one of the girls on the blue team really were pouring it out against each other. It was a very, very good head-to-head showdown. I think we did really well. I was fortunate to come out with the win.
All right, Skidder, come over and get your reward.
Don't walk.
Get that man some water.
Woo! All right. Yeah. Good job, guys.
So you guys are gonna get to go back to camp and enjoy those, and we'll see you on a little bit.
All right, everybody.
Boom. Hard
Grab your
fought right
brownie.
there.
Oh, I was going for that one.
The corner one.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Should we cheer some?
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Boom. Sorry.
I usually don't even like brownies, but this is so good right now.
Oh my gosh. The brownies were delicious. It almost instantly got rid of my headache that I have. So I definitely needed some food, and our team needed that. We really did. We had like 2 little tiny scoops of rice, and that's all that we've had because we haven't won a food challenge. So the brownies were key for us.
A little too much with no food. I'm actually borderline diabetic. I almost passed out. This is a really good thing right now. The best part was that plate of brownies at the end. I mean, you can't beat something like that. You know, especially after, you know, days of being out here, you know, struggling, going without food. I mean, I was about ready to pass out after that challenge, so that plate of brownies couldn't have come at a better time.
I didn't give a shit because half our tribe didn't even like brownies. I felt bad for Brandon because he was the one that was really wanting the brownies. So.
My hunger is coming in spurts. Like, I'll be really hungry and then all of a sudden it just goes away. I think it's the anxiety. But I'm not really hungry right now, but every time I see food, I'm like, I really want that. Because all we had this morning was like little like chunks of pancake and rice. And I didn't eat yesterday because I'm dumb. So, yeah.
At this point in the game, energy stores are getting low, and you really have to figure out what is worth my energy. And that much energy was probably the most energy I've used on any challenge, was not worth brownies. Unless they are like special brownies.
I had caught a snake, and we were gonna have rice and snake tonight for dinner. That brownies just blows that right out of the water. And by having that, I was able to take that snake and go let it go.
Alright, so we're going to get into our next immunity challenge. This is my favorite Survivor challenge. It's called Wicca Flicka. So we'll have 3 people from each tribe down past the second line of cones, and you'll be using these 3-man slingshots. I'll show you how they're run. And you're going to take balls from the bucket, put them in the slingshot, and launch them to your tribe mates who will be from this line back. And your tribe mates are going to try to catch the balls in the net. Any ball that's caught, even if it's not yours or your tribe's, counts as a point. So you can catch the other tribe's balls. Okay? First tribe, we're going to go to 5, wins immunity. For immunity, survivors ready? Go! Two close ones. 3, 2, 1, go! You gotta shoot it, you gotta shoot it. She can't wait, she can't wait. Yeah, you gotta shoot when I say go, okay? Justin scores for Skidder. That's 1 point Skidder, 0 points Lombard. 3, 2, 1, go! Second catch by Skidder. That's 2-0 Skidder. All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah! Justin makes a 3rd catch for Skidder. Nice catch by Jess to put Lombard on the board. That's 3 points Skidder, 1 point Lombard. I slipped on mud right away. Did it go in?
No.
But it fell out when it hit the ground because it broke.
Yeah, it was definitely
Did you get it by any chance?
Probably.
Nick, can we check it? Video replay. With Forrest's catch, that's 4 points Skidder, 1 point Lombard. And we'll go to the tape to see whether Justin caught Skidder's 5th before his net broke.
Does that mean we can get 2 points?
in the end of the last challenge, we did have to go and review the tapes because Justin's net snapped. And after watching the video a few times, we have decided that Justin caught the final point for the Skitter tribe, so Skitter wins immunity. Great. You guys can come grab your immunity idol.
Go. You got it. You. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Who should be?
So Skitter, you guys can head back to camp, and Lombard, I'll see you at Tribal Council.
The last challenge was rough. We took a chance, voted out Nick in the first tribal because he was doing a lot of wheeling and dealing, promising everyone deals, throwing other people's names out, and it was causing a lot of distrust in the tribe, but it definitely was a risk in terms of our challenge strength, and I think it showed in this challenge where we had a few athletic folks out there, but they were able to put a lineup of 3 or 4 athletic folks that could dominate us in something like that. So it's definitely worrying. And so then leading into this tribal, having lost, I think we're all really paranoid about an upcoming swap at potentially 14. So we really need to go in there even numbers right now. After this vote, we're going to be down 7-8. So we need to win the next challenge. And so we have potentially 2 people on the fence here. We have Patrick, who received 2 votes at the last tribal, and Jess, who is the only person left who didn't vote for Nick.
Right now I'm working with Cameron. Me and him got a final 2. I trust him a lot, and we're working together really closely and voting together so we could go far. As of now, I'm leaning towards Jessica because the last vote she voted with Nick, so I just think getting her out is going to be better my game because she's military, she's a really good competitor, so just gotta watch out for myself here.
At this point, it seems like it's an easy vote to vote Jess because she voted with Nick last time. But that means we might lose somebody else at another challenge because she's a good competitor and our team's definitely getting weaker physically.
Jess was the only one to catch a ball, which, in my opinion, makes her worthy of staying, even though she was on the outs on the last vote.
The other choices that, the names that have come up, obviously Tony's name's been around for a long time. He's definitely somebody that everybody looks at as kind of like that GOAT vote, that person you bring to the end because you don't think they can win because he's not running a game, he's not making any decisions. The other name is Patrick. His name was there last time, but he showed me a lot of trust last time. That doesn't mean I completely trust him, but I question the choices that he makes. He's definitely not in my core alliance, but maybe keep him around another time because he really feels like he owes me, which I like.
Well, I'm nervous because my name was on the block, and I know it was
those 2 people.
No, I know that. I know that.
None of us were voting you.
No, I absolutely know that. I absolutely knew that. But I'm just still a little shaken, just because like no one wants to receive votes.
We need to find out.
Yeah. I think what's good about Jess and Cameron is pretty much what Nick told me, is that they'll go whichever way you tell them to go.
That's what Nick told you. And you're going to listen to Nick now that he's out of the game. You couldn't trust him. He put your number down. He put your name down.
That's true. But after talking to Jess, I have a feeling she's going to go any which way. But I promised you, and I want to say to that promise, Jess is kind of one of those people, the minute you give her power, she's going to take it, run with it, show it off, and then give it a Broadway show in Vegas. It's just very condescending. And unfortunately, she kind of knows my game now because I tried to like be everyone's friend, but because of an awkward position I got put on the last vote, she knows that I'm a threat next to her. So either she keeps me or she takes out a competitor against her.
I'm scared. I'm definitely need to cool my jets because I'm kind of running the vote right now, and I think people are starting to notice.
Jazzy's definitely kind of
really aggressive in her playing and who to vote off and kind of leading that. So because of that, I don't really trust her right now. So I need to cool my jets and let other people pick. But then I approach people and I say, hey, who do you want to vote for? And they're like, I'm game for anybody. Who are you voting?
Not me.
I'm not voting you.
I don't know. I've got.
Obviously, Jess's name is out there because she
Yeah.
put Tricky's name down and didn't vote with us last time.
Yeah.
In her defense, she didn't know.
Yeah.
And
But she also has been like very snowed by Nick.
And she's makes
That's why we needed them to get out. And like when long game comes, we don't want her to play against her. She can balance, she can fucking run.
No, she's what, military? So she's beast.
But we're gonna be low on the numbers, and we might lose again, and then we're gonna have to fix it again. So.
And you know what? Now that you've said this, is that when she gets to that merge, she's gonna have nothing to lose. So
exactly.
So she's gonna probably flip.
I think she's already trying.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I know Jess and Cameron are on the out, so they're gonna hopefully look for any sliver. How do I take those numbers and make it into something, though, is the question.
I have like a strong alliance with Patrick. He, like I've said, approached me first. He keeps coming back to me, and his name is the name that keeps coming up over and over again.
I want to talk to you because you and I promise you, I will be your closest ally.
Perfect. And so now it's like I feel like I'm at this point where I'm gonna have to write his name down in order to go further myself in the game, because if I'm the only one who doesn't, then that's just gonna put a target on my back. And so I'm really kind of feeling guilty about that. That girl was mean to me.
What girl?
She was so mean. The other Jazz. She was mean to me. I was like,
She's just jealous.
That was probably the most aggressive conversation ever in the game. It was so weird.
you guys should have had that on camera.
Right?
The other Jasmine, when we were during the challenge, called me out in front of Brandon and Rebecca. Oh, do you still have your immunity idol?
We knew that someone on the other tribe had gotten an idol, an immunity idol, from, it was like hidden underneath a challenge. We saw them get it and put it in their bra. We were trying to think of like how we could use the fact that Jasmine got it to our advantage. And we figured she didn't tell anyone, or only a few people, because she kept it hidden, whereas when we got it, like, we shared it with the whole tribe and everyone knew about it. So we were kind of joking around, like, oh, we should like start drama with that tribe and like out her as having the idol. But we were wary because the merge will happen and we'll get a target on our back. But Jasmine on our team wants to go home, so she decided, she said out loud, like, I don't mind having a target on my back, I'm gonna leave.
We were waiting to find out whether or not we won, which of course we did. Basically, Jasmine, I believe her name is, starts talking and trying to, you know, like, drop hints like, oh, I wouldn't leave Justin in the game any longer. He's gonna take it all. We don't want him here during the merge. Well, of course you don't.
She said.
Like,
She was just
like,
aggressive.
yeah,
I was just trying to ask her, like, hey, how are you guys doing? How's your team? How's your alliances? Like, whatever. Just trying to check it out and bring back, like, a little bit of information for the tribe.
So then she starts asking us about our alliances, and I'm awkward as fuck. Can't, you know, come up with a clean sentence of anything. And the other Jasmine, our Jasmine, just basically does the head bob and asks, how's your hidden immunity idol?
It's really aggressive.
So she instantly was like, I don't have that. And then she said something about, that's how I took Nick out. That was who just got eliminated. But we didn't really buy that either. And then she shut down. And I couldn't read the faces of the other people.
She called you out about supposedly
I feel like we
finding...
got way different responses from everyone else out in the field, though, too.
Yeah.
That's what everybody else said, so I liked him.
It's really interesting because every blue player was being very friendly to all the red players, and they voted out someone who has like physical ability. So they're getting ready for the merge, is what I'm thinking. Which I kind of wish our team was doing the same.
If anyone's going to flip from the red, it's going to be Becky, and that's the girl.
The one that was with you?
Yeah.
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 She was very polite, very courteous.
So I think we're going to be swapping at 14. So I would, one, rather win the next challenge so we're even with the other tribe, and two, I would rather go into the swap with Jess rather than Patrick because I trust Jess more. I feel like she's a bigger asset in terms of like a social game, like getting up people from the other tribe possibly to switch over and vote with us if we're in the minority.
So, Patrick, we all obviously noticed that you received 2 votes last try, but how are you feeling here today?
I mean, no one likes getting votes. It always makes you worried that you're either probably the next name people are talking about, or you're probably the one that they're going to keep you because you are getting votes and you can't absorb those votes. So I think for me going in tonight, it's definitely two-sided because it's either I'm going to be the target or I could be someone's potential shield.
Okay. So, Brandon, this is for you. I noticed that last challenge, the 2 tribes were kind of interacting a little bit. How was that for you?
I can't speak for anyone that was in the field. I know, like, there was talking in the field, but I don't know what happened. But at the slingshot,
That's where it went down.
let me tell you, it was kind of like, it was weird. It was kind of aggressive. Yeah, I don't know. The other tribe was talking some smack. Yeah,
It was cold.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity in that moment to kind of take advantage of the situation, and they definitely did not do that. So.
How was the talk with the other tribe in the field?
It was good.
Yeah.
I've met a couple people.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
I feel like we haven't really had a chance to interact as much. There haven't been challenges like that where we're kind of next to each other in that way. And it was nice to put some names to a couple faces, or just even, I mean, I feel like everyone here is anticipating a swap or a merge or something like that. So any intel we can provide to keep our tribe stronger is huge. So even just like body language was huge.
For a seemingly unhappy tribe, I don't want to say unhappy tribe, but not as boisterous tribe as us, there's a few that kind of stand out that look like they might really want to be with us instead.
Like who? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. Becky. They seem to like smile and be nice when you talk to them, which is far more than the other ones. So.
Okay. So, Cameron, you kind of mentioned this, that you guys are anticipating some sort of swap coming up. Jessica, how do you, in this vote, make yourself safer and in a better spot when it comes to the swap?
I guess a lot of physical skills or being social with the tribe, who's playing well and who can help us get further.
Okay. Do you guys have anything else you want to add before we vote? All right, Brandon, you're up. You're up, Jessica.
This is either what everyone says they're gonna do, or they're probably gonna vote me out for being close with Nick. So let's see.
Oh, we lost again, but this time I'm voting someone who I think is a really good trooper.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Tony. Patrick. It's 1 vote Tony, 1 vote Patrick. Patrick. That's 2 votes Patrick, 1 vote Tony. Patrick. That's 3 votes Patrick, 1 vote Tony. The 4th person voted out of Surviving Maine 2019 is Patrick. Grab your torch.
Can't say I didn't see it coming.
Alright, hopefully this works the first time, this one.
Before I go, I just want to say that this has always been my dream. And you know what? I'm damn proud I got to spend it with you guys.
Thanks, Patrick. We won't forget you.
The tribe is spoken.
Morning is such sweet sorrow.
You played a good game, Tricky.
Alright, you guys can head back to camp.
Patrick. So, the goal here is, I want to go into the swamp with people who I have talked to and who I feel like can make social bonds with the other tribe to flip some people over. And I don't think you're one of them. Sorry.
I don't want to do it because I really like them. I find being an interesting person.
Tricky, I'm really sorry. I hate to do this. I tried to take you. It wasn't happening, and if I didn't put your name down, then I'd be the next to go.
You were coming after me last vote, and I think you're probably one of the weaker members of the tribe in terms of challenges, and we're down a number. We really need to win the next challenge.
Sorry, Tricky. Again, man, you are a trooper.
Really? With an E? I came out here wanting to play Survivor, wanting to play a big game. It's very hard in the short span of these days, but you know what? I kind of knew the minute we got rid of Nick, I was next on the block. It doesn't surprise me. However, the one thing I do hope is that people realize how in control Jasmine is of this game and how much that she's going to run this merge if they find out. But I gotta say, Becca, you were my ride or die. And Cam, sorry I betrayed you. Hope you make it far with Jess. Peace.